Well, good morning, everybody. This article here came out March 22nd, 2018, from the Sleuth Journal. Real news without synthetics. I love this site. Okay, here we go. The psychology of being a non-conspiracy theorist. Non-conspiracy theorist psychology. Okay. There is a brand of people amongst us. They have no name, but they exist. They are everywhere, at work, at home, at school, and in the streets, stores, and shopping malls. It is highly unlikely to not know someone who belongs in this category. It's the so-called non-conspiracy theorists, which also happens to be the coincidence theorists, which we all know there's no such thing as a coincidence, but in any case, that's what they're called. Okay, you know, the guy who tries to terminate conversations by alleging that you are nothing more than a conspiracy theorist, and the information you share is false or not believable. Yes, that guy. Let's meet face to face with your typical non-conspiracy theorist. We all know them. They often are the ones who hold the conspiracy verbal accusation as a valid, logically defined argument in and of itself. Okay. I've made videos about this before, so I am going to repeat myself. The CIA came up with the term conspiracy theorists to discredit the truth. Okay? I mean, even that in itself makes logical sense. So, it's becoming increasingly clear that the so-called conspiracy theorists are actually the truth tellers. Okay, the logic works like this. Conspiracy theorists say you are claiming that fire alone can cause a building to self-implode, descend at free fall speed into its own footprint, ? That's physically impossible. What about Newton's laws and laws of thermodynamics and such? Non-conspiracy theorists say, no, you are wrong because you are a conspiracy theorist. And with that, often the non-conspiracy theorist will walk away. What's happening? They had nothing to elaborate on. So the non-conspiracy theorist, whose thinking is engineered and controlled by government, mainstream media, and yes, Hollywood entertainment, resorted to a socially engineered answer. For this reason, it is fascinating to explore the mindset and psychology of the individuals who take this position in place of a logical stance. Core defect and twisted meanings. By definition, conspiracy means a group of two or more people secretly plotting or conspiring a harmful or evil deed against another person or persons. This behavior is part of human nature. Humans have been conspiring against each other since the beginning of time. There was never a time in world history when such an elementary behavior of conspiring against an enemy did not exist. Can you find a period in history when a certain human emotional trait or action didn't exist? Was there a time when human genome didn't express jealousy, game playing, free trading, rage, or happiness? As odd or ridiculous as this may sound, non-conspiracists unknowingly subscribe to this logic. If evidence points to a conspired crime, why not treat it as such? Why demonize the very concept of conspiring? This is a core defect in the thought process of non-conspiracy theorists. You can easily identify them by their speech. And, yeah, I would actually say hate speech. Okay? Anyways, what the non-conspiracy theorists doesn't see is that the battlefield is right before them, and they have outsourced all critical thought and action to a government thinking service known as mass media. Like playing on the playing field in a football field while the ball is still in play without realizing what is happening. You see people waving at you in the stands to get out of the way, but you don't understand what they are saying, so you continue walking on the field with your headsets on. Likewise, non-conspiracy theorists perceive all logic and reason, arguments and warnings made by the conspiracy theorist as noise. They don't understand the warning, and so they continue living and carrying on with what they're doing. Yeah, la la la, living in la la land. La la la, everything's fine, la la la. Well, we already know that there's a massive amount of society that will never wake up. And I personally am done with those people. Alright? Because after doing my YouTube channel for so many years, I've realized people are genuinely stupid. Okay. And they don't have to be. They choose to be stupid and closed-minded. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Okay. Since they themselves refuse to look at the evidence, they blindly put their faith in the government and in the mass corporate establishment to safely guide them in their delusions. Yeah, it says reality, but delusions is the proper word here. They gain a sense of psychological protection from this overall system. Boy, you gotta feel sorry for these people. You really do. You know? Some people are will have to wake up in a very rude manner. I mean, once people do wake up, they might wake up too late. You know? That's okay. You know? I can't change other people, nor do I want to. I just want to kind of, you know, shed some light for people. You know, like explaining in a future video, I'll give you an example. The government worshipping Baphomet. Well, that's another story, and it's very interesting. Baphomet's actually a female goddess, but again, that's for another video. Alright, since they refuse to look at the evidence, they put their faith in the government and in mass corporate establishment to safely guide them in their non-realities. They gain a sense of psychological protection. I can't believe people think this way. From this overall system, since the information being believed is almost always artificial. Okay? What does artificial mean? Artificial means not real, fake. Alright? So, artificial intelligence, fake intelligence, not real intelligence. Anyways, they need to hear their own opinions repeated to them by the voices on TV so they can confirm and reconfirm their own belief system to themselves to be legitimate. Okay, at no point will the non-conspiracy theorist plan a day of research or dedicate a few hours every once in a while to research the topic or put any thought into issues. Information and world problems are but one category in the shelf of categories that make up their lives. The non-conspiracy theorist ignores that the government has always implemented social engineering and mass mind control on the general public. In order for the non-conspiracy theorist to confidently walk away from someone who challenges their belief system with scientific facts, they need to have a sustained comfort and assurance that what government and mainstream media is saying is true. Maintaining the non-conspiracy delusion. The non-conspiracy theorist is thus profoundly psychologically interconnected with today's mass mind controlled paradigm. They are a species representing a full byproduct of 21st century social engineering. The doctrine of this type of social engineering programs its believers to believe that when government and media accuses someone of conspiracies, then this accusation is cause for someone being considered diseased. Oh. The symptoms being paranoia, but paranoia is based on systematized delusions, and delusions are based on false beliefs. A proper exploring of meanings brings us back to providing what is true or false. We come full circle and the spin is over. Non-conspiracy theorists don't realize they dwell in this circle of misapplied words, never exploring the meanings or doing the work to determine what is true and what is provable. Non-conspiracy theorists, therefore, wake up every morning and reach for the mental orientation map known as mainstream media news. Without it, they would be disoriented, as they would not know what to believe. They actually believe that if anyone was guilty of wrongdoing at the highest level of government, someone would speak out every time and everyone would know about it. They ignore that state secrets are the norm and government operations are conducted in secret. They ignore the consequences each individual at the government and military level faces for blowing the whistle. Despite these consequences, many individuals at government level still risk it all and do blow the whistle on government. Despite all this, the idea of maintaining state secrecy is myth to non-conspiracy theorists. And let's take that word myth. Okay? The myth. Same thing as the conspiracy theorists. They also disguise some truths by calling it a myth. People don't believe myths. People believe myths are fantasy. But you know what? Our government worships the sun god Ra, Apollo. Okay? Look at what the government worships, and you will see that they are actually worshiping myths. So, perhaps myths really are truths as well. The idea that the government would do something immoral, nefarious, or criminal is a fiction as well to the non-conspiracy theorists. Let's see how long this article is. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do all of this. Oh well, I might. If I don't, I'll post the link anyway. Where was I? Hold on. Alright. The history of war, corruption, tyranny, and fascism is incidental, coincidental, insignificant, and irrelevant to the non-conspiracy theorists. None of these should be used to gauge the events of our times, since history is a thing of the past. Non-conspiracy theorists, again, those are the coincidence theorists, choose not to connect the historic dots. According to them, there is nothing to learn from history of tyranny and totalitarianism. Anyone attempting to connect the dots is likely a conspiracy theorist. This goes hand in hand with the logic defect we discussed earlier. As the earlier case of the conspiracy theorist having his scientific arguments debunked by virtue of simply being diseased with the accusation of conspiracy theorist. Note: the non-conspiracy theorists used the name as a loaded, proven concept with power to permanently label someone diseased. I'm going to repeat that. The non-conspiracy theorists used the name as a loaded, proven concept with power to permanently label someone diseased. In this case, attempting to connect the dots automatically tags you as a conspiracy theorist. As far as non-conspiracy theorists are concerned, all critical thought are deferred to the authorities. The scientists, pseudo-scientists, do their work and then report pretend facts to the government and mainstream media, who carefully announces to the masses what they should know. Yeah. Mainstream media tells you what you should know, whether it's real or not. Any scientist that speaks out and claims to have evidence contradicting government claims must first be endorsed and approved by the mainstream media and government. Without this approval, the scientists are marginalized, no matter how large their numbers are. Without these ridiculous rules, the delusion of being a non-conspiracy theorist cannot be maintained. This is the psychology of tyranny. Tyranny and totalitarianism cannot be implemented without mass mind control. This dangerous group-think mentality will ignore all warning signs to help continue advancing the agenda. And so the non-conspiracy theorist is the most important instrument for maintaining control of the masses. Without these non-conspiracy theorists, vessels of the global empire, the plan would not be possible. It is quite possible that years from now the concept of conspiracy will be turned back to where it rightfully belongs, right next to other concepts like jealousy, laughter, love, stealing, fighting, friendship, hatred, and all other human expressions that define who we are. By then, perhaps, being a friendship... Oh, I like that. Perhaps by then, being a friendship theorist, a stealing theorist, or a jealousy theorist will be the new propaganda boogie monster term. Okay. Or perhaps years from now we will be sick and tired of this vicious cycle of physical and mental slavery. Perhaps people will truly have had enough of the control system and will have abolished it by then. Okay. Standing my truth. I am thrilled. Yes, I am. Okay, I am a conspiracy theorist, and I am thrilled to be considered one by those still controlled by social engineering experiments of the last 100 or so years. We are proof that humans are able to critically think on their own and prefer to be free. We are the embodiment of the resistance. We never run from challenges and debates. We recreated the media and are responsible for the progressive death of the mainstream media. We choose to give humanity a voice outside of the socially engineered control system. We rely on first-hand accounts, physical evidence, consistent and natural laws. Physical evidence consistent with natural laws. Factual documents, common sense, high probability, and forensic scientific evidence before jumping to conclusions. We do not rely on name-calling to give... there you go. We do not rely on name-calling to give strength to our position. That's why people are so damn rude on YouTube, and their comments are rude. They are the non-conspiracy theorists. You know what? And I want nothing to do with them, to be honest. I don't. Plenty of information out there, and these non-conspiracy theorists are still full of shit. Can't see their hand in front of their goddamn face. Alright? Sorry, I didn't mean to swear like that. But I'm tired. What do they say? The eyes are useless if the mind is blind. We got so many mind-blinded people out there. Oh, no hope. Okay, in order to be considered a conspiracy theorist by the non-conspiracy theorists, you must believe that the government is corrupt. It is. Believing that others are corrupt does not get you the title automatically. Alright? The list of what qualifies someone as a conspiracy theorist has been changing rapidly, and today is determined by mainstream media and government in real time. Today, only government and mainstream media gets to decide who qualifies as a conspiracy theorist. Okay, the thought process of the non-conspiracy theorist is thus predictable and automated because the agenda being followed by government and mass media is predictable. The mindset is no research required. If Associated Press, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, CNN, or NPR doesn't agree to report it, then all other sources must be false. This shines a light into the thought process of the non-conspiracy theorist. Impact on humanity. How creepy does all of this sound? We often take for granted the thought process required to make someone believe how they believe, and the mainstream media believing non-conspiracy theorist mentality is quietly as culpable for the condition of the world today as the individuals who actually carry out the crimes that have put us where we are. Little to no effort is put out by non-conspiracy theorists to learn about their own social mindsets, social engineering, groupthink, and government propaganda and mind control history. Okay. Yeah, I'm running out of time here. So I will post the link below to this. I think. Hold on. No, I'm just going to go ahead and continue reading this. Where was I? Okay, the non-conspiracy theorists are thus arguably, indirectly ushering many of the religious and cultural prophecies of the end times and the predictions of the doomsday prophets. They are providing the key vessels in the events that are to come. They have already carved their mark in history as supporters of the global empire. Everyone who has played a role in supporting the global empire of the U.S. has already left their mark. Let's all wait and see how this mental defect will play itself out, and what role these non-conspiracy theorists will play in ushering in the final pieces of the global government. Will they be rewarded? Will they support the extermination of all critical thinkers? Will it turn out that non-conspiracy theorists were expressing an alternate DNA, or is this idea too far out? Will it turn out they were all part of a larger experiment? Will the final waking up process or critical mass be stomped out by this core of non-conspiracy theorists who blindly believe government programmed lies? Or will they be responsible for delaying critical mass by a certain amount of time? These and many other questions will be answered in the next few years, decades. Let us not forget the layers of defective logic and blind faith in government required to be considered a non-conspiracy theorist. It sounds bizarre, but it's true. It's been said that in times of mass deceit, telling the truth is revolutionary, and never has been, and has this never been more apparent. Want to make an impact on others? Want to be a giant among men? Then tell the truth, and watch the sheep run. Oh, they do, man. Oh no, you can't handle the truth. Well, then die ignorant. Okay? I'm not gonna die ignorant. All these other people will, okay? We all have lived a lifetime of lies, and we know it. Well, the first half part of my life is a lie. And this is the last part of my life. And I'm not going to die ignorant. Hell no. I'm going to die knowledgeable. Not anytime soon, though. Okay. Okay, I'm going to skip down here. Remember the non-conspiracy theorist who says someone would have spoken out? We've all hold on. Sorry, I'm having some right ear problems, and while I'm speaking, it's kind of echoing. So, remember the non-conspiracy theorist who says someone would have spoken out? ? We've all heard that excuse. Of course, someone always does speak out. Only they call those that speak out, no matter how high in the government they are, conspiracy theorists. instead of someone who is speaking out or blowing the whistle. It's time to memorialize the web of non-logic that qualifies a non-conspiracy theorist, and not take for granted what these individuals mean to our battle for freedom. And what, hold on, okay. What these individuals mean to our battle of freedom, and what key role they will play in the final lockdown of what was once a beacon for freedom throughout the world. Each of us, even as each of us carries on every day, it's difficult to fathom how the average person you come across who is a non-conspiracy theorist is having such a massive impact on millions of people globally and the direction of humanity as a whole, including the overall survival of the human race. Boy, that was a mouthful. Okay, so I'm going to end this. So, apparently, these are now considered humanity's newest threat, the non-conspiracy theorist. On that note, I'm going to end it. Alright, love you guys, have a great day, and peace.